From the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Hi everybody, I have some exciting news that I am so pleased to share with you. David Letterman is coming home to Ball State University.
But tonight, the stunning news is about Paul Ferguson, and he is officially out.
That's right. He is no longer the president of Ball State.
Okay, and then
and Terry King is.
He is currently.
Yeah, because the board acted this morning.
Okay, and then his salary, we could be able to.
Now that was Rick Hall, chair of the Ball State's Board of Trustees. Good evening, I'm Jenna Liston.
And I'm Tanner Holbrook.
After just a year and a half on the job, Paul Ferguson has stepped down as BSU's president. NewsLink's Cameron Riddle has been following this surprising story since it broke mid-afternoon, and he's here with us now. Cameron, can you tell us a little bit more about that resignation today?
Yeah, Tanner and Jenna, good evening. The university says Paul Ferguson's resignation will be effective at the end of a 2-month sabbatical he requested. Ferguson took the reins at Ball State after coming in August of 2014 from Maine. Today, at a hastily arranged meeting, the Board of Trustees accepted Ferguson's resignation following a 2-month leave. Tonight, the question everyone is asking is why he quit. Trustees Chair Rick Hall was the guy with the job of answering that or not.
I can understand why you'd ask that, but all there is to tell is that Dr. Ferguson requested a sabbatical and offered his resignation, and through mutual agreement with the board, it was both of those were granted.
At this time, there's no indication that he's having a health issue or anything.
Again, I can understand why you'd ask something like that, but all there is to tell is that he asked for a sabbatical and offered his resignation. And
a familiar theme there. What Hall said for certain is that Provost Terry King has been named acting president until further notice. And guys, while there's no exact timeline for when the Board of Trustees will do so, they will begin immediately to find that replacement for President Ferguson.
Thanks so much, Cameron, for that information, and we'll keep you updated as more information comes in. The president of Ball State student government is Jack Hesser, and he was one of the many who were caught off guard this afternoon. Hesser said he found out about the resignation shortly before the news was made public. Hesser said he will miss the former president.
I was made aware of the decision earlier today, and as I understand it, this decision was very, very recently, so it definitely wasn't something that I obviously personally saw coming. I've loved working with Dr. Ferguson. He brings such a unique energy to everything he's involved in, whether it was the strategic plan or whether it was even just coming into University Senate to answer questions, and I think that energy is really going to be missed.
Other members of student government also expressed shock. NewsLink Indiana's Michael Estridge has their story.
The email came as a surprise to all students, including SGA senators, and here is their reaction.
So I was just sitting in here waiting for a meeting, and then one of our exec board comes in and is like, "Did you guys hear the news? It just happened. President Ferguson is resigning," and I was very taken away.
It was very shocking because we were kind of all together as well. We had SGA stuff going on, and I just pulled out my phone, and it's kind of everywhere, and it was just very, very shocking at the time.
Yeah, I know that I was walking back from class, and my phone just started going off, and yeah, they're like, "Did you hear?" And I'm like, "No." And I checked, and it was honestly a minute after the Daily News posted it. And so I know that we have a senator group me, and so I posted it to the group me just to let everybody know.
And I was sitting in the SJ office, and then somebody had came in and told me that they had saw specifically that the President Ferguson had resigned. And I said I didn't believe it, so I had to go check myself to see. So there was some kind of crazy rumor.
With all the changes that the outgoing president installed, these senators say students have nothing to worry about.
They're going to look at the students too and see that the students are reacting well to it and the students are happy. So I don't think they're going to come in and make a whole new entire change either, because too much change can be, a lot to take on.
In Muncie, Michael Estridge, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Student Government Association issued a statement this evening. The SGA said it will be recognizing Ferguson's accomplishments at Ball State with a formal reading as well as a goodbye video to the Ferguson family.
And as we reported, Terry King has been named acting president. King is the provost and vice president for the academic affairs here at Ball State. King has been in this situation before, and after Joanne Gora stepped down in 2014, King served as an interim president until Ferguson was hired.
Ferguson, who was scheduled to be in Los Angeles yesterday for a gathering of Ball State alumni. Here is a group shot of them, and he was not included in the picture because he was not there. One graduate from just last month told Newslink Indiana, quote, "I remember thinking it was strange that he didn't come to the event titled Meet President Ferguson."
Prior to today's meeting, the Board of Trustees met in an executive session in Indianapolis last Friday. There has been no word on what has been discussed at that meeting, and today's announcement came as a shock to students and faculty alike. To recap today's events, Paul Ferguson is resigning after a hastily arranged 2-month leave. He served just a year and a half, and nobody is saying why. Provost Terry King is acting president, and the Board of Trustees says King will continue to be in charge until Ferguson's replacement has been named.